Hello and welcome to another beautiful session on grammar. So today's topic is parts of speech. This is the first topic that one needs to learn. And why do we need to learn this parts of speech? Again, for effective speaking and writing. There are totally 8 parts of speech. Noun, pronoun, adjective. It is best to remember in this order: verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. I hope you're familiar with at least some of these terms. In school you would have learned noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb. Do these words sound familiar to you? So just a revision we are going to do now. What is a noun? A noun is a word that is used to name a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. So this is the definition of a noun. Anything. Keyboard, fan, boy, a place, school. Let us see the parts of speech first, and then we'll go into the detailed classifications of noun, and then the different kinds of pronouns, then different kinds of adjectives. So let us now see some examples, the definition with some examples. An idea like beauty. So things which we can see and things which we cannot see but we can only feel. Everything comes here. Then a pronoun. A pronoun is any word that is used instead of one or more nouns. Like he, she, they. See, when you talk about a person, like if I say, Kavita is my neighbor, Kavita is a doctor, Kavita has 2 children. So every sentence we don't say Kavita, Kavita, Kavita. It seems monotonous, repetitive. So instead of that, what do we say? The second sentence we use the word she instead of Kavita. That's a feminine gender. For masculine we use he, and then the plural is they. So all these words we already know, but it is just like we may not know the terms and the function. See, the most important thing here about parts of speech is it's not enough if you know all the 8 and if you're able to say all the 8 with their functions, but you should be able to identify the words in the sentences. Because in English, you see, we cannot label a word as a noun, as a verb, because sometimes we see the same word functioning as a noun, functioning as an adjective, as a verb. We will go into that later on in the same session. Now, what is an adjective? Now, we know what a noun is, we know what a pronoun is. So, an adjective is a word that is used to describe a noun or a pronoun. There are again many kinds of adjectives. You see the easiest ones: beautiful, small. For example, it is a small house. Now you see how it is being used in a sentence. House is a noun because it is a place. Now this word small talks about the house, so it is an adjective. I hope everyone knows what a verb is. The most common definition is a verb expresses an action, but there's also something else the verb does. It is not only the action but also the state. See, it is action or state. For example, if you say he plays every day, there you see the verb expressing an action. But if we say milk is white, do you find any action taking place here? No. Sugar is sweet. She is kind. They are beautiful. So in these sentences, you don't find any actions taking place, but they only express the state. So a verb does both these things. It expresses an action or expresses a state. An adverb, see, as the word denotes, an adverb does three things, but of the three functions, most often it adds more meaning to a verb. See, just as an adjective adds more meaning to a noun or a pronoun, an adverb adds more meaning to a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. But of the three, most often it talks more about the verb. So it adds more meaning to a verb or an adjective or another adverb. We'll see examples for that. Preposition. Preposition is a word that gives the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and some other word in a sentence. On, in. See, but this preposition changes the entire meaning of this sentence. If I say the pen is on the table, on is the preposition. It is different from if I say the pen is under the table. So, changes the meaning entirely, you see, on, under. So, it brings out the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and some other word in a sentence. And not only single words are prepositions, sometimes there are also groups of words, 2 or 3 words together doing the work of a preposition. That is called a prepositional phrase. A phrase is a group of words. Conjunction is the next one. It joins words or sentences. Junction means join. Joins either words or sentences. Then comes interjection. It expresses sudden feelings. Let me give examples for conjunctions. And, but. When it joins words, we say fruits and vegetables are good for health. Fruits and vegetables. So, and, the conjunction and joins what? 2 words? Fruits, vegetables. Now, in a sentence, she studied hard and got high marks. So, she studied hard is one sentence. She got high marks is another sentence. Now, in that sentence, the word and, the conjunction, joins 2 sentences. So, it can do both. It can join words or it can join sentences. But she studied hard, but she did not pass the examination. Again, it joins 2 sentences. Now, interjection is a word that expresses sudden feelings. It can be anything, of joy, of surprise, of sorrow. You say, hooray, we have won the match. Alas, we have lost the match. Wow, we say these days, wow is a popular interjection. So, these are interjections. Even R, O. So, this is the parts of speech with the definition and examples. We will go into them in detail now. I hope you are clear with the definitions. Let us have a recap of that now. Also, a noun is the name of a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. A pronoun is nothing but a word that is used in place of one or more nouns. An adjective is a word that adds more meaning or describes a noun or a pronoun. A verb is a word that expresses action or state. An adverb adds more meaning to a verb most often, right? An adjective or another adverb. We'll see examples in detail, how it, in which sentence it adds more meaning to a verb, how it adds more meaning to an adjective. We'll see examples in detail. Then comes preposition. It is a word that brings out the relationship between a noun or a pronoun and some other word in a sentence. Then conjunction. It is a word that joins words or sentences. The last is the interjection. It is a word that is used to express sudden feelings. Right? I hope you're clear with the definition. Now we'll go into one by one. See, noun, there are different kinds. We have common noun. Common noun is a word that talks about a person, a place or a thing which is common, right? Not a particular, like saying boy or school. Right. Proper noun is the name of a particular person or a particular place. Say Kumar is a brilliant boy. Now in the same sentence you see both the common noun and the proper noun. Boy is the common noun. Kumar is the proper noun. Boy refers to any boy. Similarly, school can be any school. But if you say the name of a school, then it is a proper noun. Kumar means you talk about that particular person called Kumar. Then you have collective noun. The word itself suggests a collection or a group of persons or a group of things, but spoken of as one whole, taken together, a group of boys. A team of players. Now you see boys, common noun, but group is a collective noun. Players is a common noun, team is a collective noun. Then a bunch of keys. Now we have specific words for certain groups. We use a bunch for grapes also, a bunch of grapes. So keys, grapes, they are common nouns, but the word bunch is a collective noun. Then we have the abstract noun. Abstract nouns are those nouns which you can only feel, right? They express a quality, a characteristic or a state. Like beauty, if you see, beauty as such you cannot see. You can see a beautiful girl, a beautiful flower, a beautiful place, a beautiful sunrise, a beautiful sky, but beauty as such can only be felt. So these are called abstract nouns. Beauty, truth, qualities, honesty, even youth. You can see young people, but youth you can only feel, right? They are abstract nouns. So that is all with kinds of nouns. We go into pronouns. Pronouns are again of different kinds. We have the personal pronouns. Personal, I is the first person, singular, plural, second person, then third person. So these words we use in the subject position. When they occur in the object position, say I becomes me, then us, you remains the same, then him, her, it, them. So all these are personal pronouns. Then we have the possessive pronouns. Mine, ours, yours, his. His, you see, it functions both as an adjective and as a pronoun. For example, if you say this is his book, here it is an adjective. Why? Because it talks about the noun book. The same word, if you say this book is his, it is a pronoun. Why? What is the function of a pronoun? A pronoun stands for a noun. Here you see, his, this word stands for what noun? His book. So it becomes a pronoun here. Same way, it is my bag. My is an adjective, but if I say the bag is mine, mine is a pronoun. Then we have the reflexive pronoun, which is myself, yourself, ourselves, himself, herself. So when you add the word self to these pronouns, then it becomes a reflexive pronoun. Then the demonstrative pronoun. When you point out something, these are my books. Again, you have to be careful here because the same word these can also function as an adjective, a possessive adjective again. If you say these are my books, here it is a pronoun. But if you say these books are mine, these, here it talks about this noun, so this is an adjective. These books are mine. Mine is a pronoun here. So that is why I told you already, it is not the word that matters. The same word placed in different context of the sentence can mean different things, can function as different parts of speech. And then we have the distributive pronoun. Which is the each, either, neither. Then we have relative pronoun. Itself is a big chapter. It introduces the subordinate clause in the sentence. Who, which, that, whose. I hope you remember the subordinate clause. We touched upon that in the last session when we talked about complex sentences. Remember what a complex sentence is? A sentence which has one main clause and any number of subordinate clauses. And the word which introduces the subordinate clause is a relative pronoun. Okay? See, it's good if when you come across a new word, when you read or when you listen to something, it's better you think of the other parts of speech of that word as well. For example, beauty is a common, easy word, not a new word, but still, you see, it's a noun. Then, you know very well that beautiful is the adjective of beauty. Then, is there a verb? Is there a verb that can be formed from this? Of course, yes. Beautify. Beautify means you make something beautiful. And adverb is beautifully. So this is how we learn more and more words. You don't stop with one word, look for the other forms as well. Not that every word has all parts of speech, but it's better you look for them. The more you learn, you can make your writing more interesting, your speeches more powerful. Adjectives, we're going to talk about that in detail in day after tomorrow's class, but still slightly mention the kinds. See, this is a beautiful flower. Now, flower is a noun, and this word talks about the noun, so it is an adjective. Very often you find the adjective placed before a noun, but there are also sentences where it is placed after. Like if I say, this flower is beautiful. That is why you should see the function of the word. What work that word does in a sentence is more important, more than the position of the word. Now you see, the same word is placed here, not with flower, but still it talks about the noun flower. So it is an adjective. So here we see the word is found in the predicate part of the sentence. I hope you are familiar with the subject and predicate. If not, I'll just mention it here. See, the most important thing the sentence talks about is the subject of a sentence. Now, how do you find out the subject of a sentence? You should ask the question, what does the sentence talk about? The answer to that question is the subject. Now, here this word, this is used attributively. This is used attributively with a noun. This is found in the predicate part of the sentence. So we say this adjective is used predicatively. Now, there are many kinds of adjectives. Adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, then the same demonstrative as in pronouns. But you should see how it is used. Same, this, that, these and those. But make sure these words are used as adjectives. You should not be confused, because the same words can also function as pronouns. And then interrogative. Same, like who, what is your name, who lives in the next house. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, which bag is yours? What news is that? So when these words occur with nouns but used to ask questions, they are called interrogative adjectives. When you come to verb, we have two kinds, the transitive and the intransitive. A transitive verb is nothing but a verb that takes an object after that. An intransitive verb does not take an object after that. For that, you should know what an object in a sentence is. See, if I say, she spoke the truth. You know this is the verb. But how do you know it is used transitively or intransitively? For that, you have to ask the question, what or whom. She spoke what? What did she speak? The truth. You have this as the answer. This is the object. So when a verb takes an object after that, it is a transitive verb. The same verb, you see how it can be used intransitively. That's why I said, like the parts of speech themselves, here also the same verb can be used transitively as well as intransitively. Now you see another example where it can be used intransitively. Now in this sentence, is it possible to ask the question what? She spoke aloud. We can't. How did she speak? So it is not the answer to the question what. So this is an intransitive verb. This is a transitive verb. We'll learn more of that. Well, yeah, we have a question. I have a doubt that noun is what kind of adjective? Noun is different from an adjective. Please make your question clear. We always have answers for all of your questions. Noun is not any kind of adjective as you have framed your question. Noun is different from an adjective. They are two different parts of speech. Noun is different, adjective is different. But how are they related to each other? An adjective always describes a noun. It adds more meaning to a noun. That is the work of an adjective, the function of an adjective. It always talks about the noun, right? Any other questions? Oh, okay. And then we have adverb. As I said already, an adverb has got three functions. It adds more meaning to a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. And it normally answers questions like how, when, where. We'll see. She writes neatly. This is the verb, see, because it tells about the action. How does she write? Neatly. So this is the adverb. So here it is the answer to the question how. She went out. Went, is a verb because it's action. Where did she go? Out. So it answers the question where. She came late. Now please listen carefully. You see, this is the verb. This word talks about what? When did she come? Late. So this word is the answer to the question when. So it is an adverb. See, in all these three sentences, the adverb adds more meaning to the verbs. See, this adverb adds more meaning to the verb writes. But it answers the question how. This word out adds more meaning to the verb went, but answers the question where. Here the word late adds more meaning to the verb came, but answers the question when. So an adverb answers questions like how, when, where, to what extent, or how. Please repeat. We have a question. Please repeat transitive and intransitive. Yes? Please listen carefully. A transitive verb is a verb that takes an object after that. The action passes to an object. An intransitive verb is one which does not take an object after that. You don't have an answer to the question what. You cannot even ask the question what. Like I gave you an example, no? She spoke aloud. How did she speak? That's the only question you can ask. You cannot ask what did she speak. In that case, it is a transitive verb. She spoke the truth. Okay? She told the story. So the story, the truth, they are called objects. An object in a sentence is always an answer to the question what or whom. Right? Okay. Now we will see how it adds more meaning to a verb. That part you've already seen. All the three examples you saw, the adverb adding more meaning to a verb. Now you'll see some examples where it adds more meaning to an adjective. Oh, he is. He's a very brave man. Now, what part of speech is man? Noun. And what does this word do? It talks about the noun. So it is an adjective. Now what is this word very? It talks about the adjective. How brave? Very brave. So it is an adverb. Right? Then another example where the adverb adds more meaning to an adjective. The movie is really interesting. What does the sentence talk about? The movie. This is the subject, okay, but it's also a noun. This word interesting. What is interesting? The movie is interesting. And what is movie? Noun. So what is this word? It is adjective. This word talks about the noun movie, so it is an adjective. Now look at this word really. What does this do? It talks about interesting. How interesting? Really interesting or very interesting. So it is an adverb. Right? Then we can see another example where an adverb talks more about an adverb. It adds more meaning to another adverb in a sentence. Like we had this sentence already. She writes neatly. Just add one word. Now you see, writes, verb. How does she write? Neatly. So this is already an adverb in the sentence. But if you add another word, very, now that is again another adverb. Now what does this do? It talks about another adverb. Now you saw three different examples where the adverb adds more meaning to a verb, adds more meaning to an adjective, adds more meaning to an adverb. We have a question. Is there any easy way to identify the parts of speech in a sentence? Yes. You have to understand the meaning of the sentence and see what work that word does in that sentence. The context is not a rocket science. There are no definite rules. Only thing is you have to understand the meaning of the sentence. Right? There's a very interesting exercise I will tell. Like you can take some sentences or even a paragraph, underline some words, and then you try to find out what these words are. I mean, what parts of speech these words are. Sometimes challenging also, but there lies the thrill of doing it. Okay, we have the preposition. Preposition is a word that brings out the relation between a noun or a pronoun and some other word in a sentence. The boys are in school. The bridge is built across the river. Do we have questions? Oh, okay. Please repeat third example. Third example of what part? Is it the adverb? Is it that sentence where the adverb talks more about another existing adverb in a sentence? Could you be more specific, please? Yeah, let's wait for the response from him. And we also have prepositional phrases on account of, according to. See, where two or more words due to, doing the work of a preposition. Okay. We have a question. The policeman didn't run fast enough to catch the thief. Ma'am, enough is adjective or adverb in this case? Yeah, what do you think? You write what you feel after what you have learnt. Let me see how well you have understood. Yeah, that is a good question. The policeman didn't run fast enough to catch the thief. What part of speech is fast? Then you see what part of speech is enough. Do we have the answer? She writes very neatly. Is the example in that how to adverb? Yeah, we have that. It is possible. Neatly is already an adverb because it talks about the verb writes. How does she write? Neatly. Again, it makes difference when you say she writes very neatly. And what does the word very do? It talks about another adverb, neatly. So that is how we have two adverbs. And where is that person who asked that question? Do we have an answer for that? Enough. What part of speech is enough? I'm not sure. Maybe adverb. Yes, it is adverb. See, the word fast itself can function as different parts of speech. Like if I say run fast. What is fast here? Run is verb, fast is adverb. How? It answers the question how, right? How to run? Run fast. It is an adverb. We say it is a fast train or she is a fast runner. What part of speech is fast here? This is a noun. It talks about the noun, so this is an adjective. My friends fast every Friday. Now there's another meaning for this word, right? Can you guess the meaning here? To go without food or water. See, fast. Sometimes for religious reasons or for health reasons, people fast. So here it is a verb because it talks about the action of fasting, right? Then is your fast over? Then the same fast, but here it is a noun. Now you see the word fast functioning as four different parts of speech. Here it is an adverb, here it is an adjective, here verb, and as a noun. Now you go back to the original sentence. The policeman didn't run fast enough to catch the thief. Here you see fast is an adverb because it talks about the action of running. Now enough is also an adverb, like the sentence she writes very neatly. We have two adverbs placed one after the other. Okay. Any other questions? It's good to ask more questions. See, you not only help yourself but also the others who are watching the video. No questions? Okay. We have conjunction. Next. What is a conjunction? A word that joins words or sentences. Now there are three types of conjunctions. The coordinating conjunctions. Then we have the correlative conjunctions. And then the subordinating. Again, depending on the use or the function of each conjunction in a sentence, we classify the conjunction into 3 types. The coordinating and, but, or, for. See, for can function both as a preposition and as a conjunction. Again, it depends on the usage of the word for. And okay, then we have correlative. They occur usually in pairs, like not only but also. When you begin a sentence with not only, then you need to add this but also. Not only did he study a lot, but also participated in many other activities. So not only but also, it occurs as a pair. Then either or, neither nor. These you know. Sometimes whether or. And then we have the subordinating conjunctions are nothing but those conjunctions which introduce the subordinate clauses in a complex sentence. Like after, when, if, so many other, though, that. So it is your job to go and look for more of subordinating conjunctions and see how they're being used in sentences. And you can, as I said already, you can pick out some sentences from a paragraph or an essay or a story and then find out the parts of speech of those words. Okay. The last one, interjection, there are no kinds, right? Only those words which are expressions of sudden feelings. Like hooray. The job is done. If it was a very tough job, okay, then wow, we've made it. You've come. See, here it is an expression of a surprise. You've come at last. Something like that. Oh, so sad. Or even alas, she's dead. So all these words are interjections. They are expressions of sudden feelings, either of joy or sorrow, sometimes even surprise. It's better if you take down these sentences in your notebook. Do we have questions? Not yet? Okay, I have some exercise for you. Now I'll give you some sentences with certain words underlined. Now your job is to identify the parts of speech of those words. Let us see how well you do. Now I don't want you to be passive listeners here. I want everyone to participate. Right or wrong, just try. Give some answers, and it's better even if you make mistakes, because that is how we learn. Then you will never make the same mistake again. Take these sentences down in your notebook. These are very basic sessions in grammar, parts of speech. That's okay. The basics should always be very clear, thorough. The after effects of an earthquake. The after effects of an earthquake are equally dangerous. Now I've underlined after. The children followed after. Don't take too much time to do this exercise because it's a very simple one. I reached home after she had left. Here again after. Now that's how it is challenging, because you see the same word being repeated in all the three sentences, but the same word is doing three different functions. It's up to you to find out what part of speech it is. She spoke in a loud voice. Don't speak loud. Come early. Then the famous proverb, the early bird catches the worm. The early bird catches the worm. I have 3 more sentences. Maybe I can write them here. I hope you are doing it. Let me see. Right the wrong. Use right words. The last one. He turned right. By now, I think we should be getting answers for at least sentences 1, 2, and 3. Yes, we have questions. Please tell me some words acting as a conjunction and preposition. Yes, we will see that. Let us do this. In addition, moreover, conjunctions. Yes. After, adverb. This one answer. Let's wait for the others also. What does this word after do in this sentence? Second, third, conjunction. Yes. The first word, the first sentence, it talks about the word effects. Effects is a noun. So what do we call that word which talks about a noun, which describes a noun? Now I've given you the clue. So what should be the answer? It is an adjective, because it talks about the noun, the after effects. What effects? After effects. Okay. Second, the children followed after. That's right. Adverb is right. I reached home after she had left. Yeah, good. That is a conjunction. Yes, because what does this do? It joins 2 sentences. I reached home is sentence number 1. She had left is sentence number 2. This word connects both these sentences, so it becomes a conjunction. Here this one talks about the verb, so it is an adverb. Has anybody given the answer for the 4th sentence? She spoke in a loud voice. Now, how come it is an adverb? Somebody has typed adverb for that. Fourth sentence. What does this word do? It describes the word voice. And what is voice? It is noun. So it is an adjective. Loud voice, soft voice, loud, soft. These are adjectives. Fifth, don't speak loud. Fifth is adverb, right? Good. Fifth is adverb because it talks about the verb. Come early. Number 6, come early. Come when you ask the question. See, early is the word that is underlined. So, in order to get this word as the answer, what question do you need to ask? Come when, come early. So, the answer to the question when is what? Is an adverb. Come late, come early, come soon. Early, late, soon, they are adverbs of time. There are adverbs of place, adverbs of time, adverbs of manner, adverbs of frequency. So this one is an adverb of time. The early bird catches the worm. Yes, that's adjective, right? Very good. Which bird? The early bird. Bird is a noun. Early talks about the bird. So this is an adjective. Yes. Coming to sentence number 8. No answers yet. Let's wait. Sentence number 8. Are you able to understand the meaning of the sentence? Because not very often do we use this word as this part of speech. Let me not give out the answer. Right is noun. How come? Wrong is noun here. Wrong means wrong deed, wrong action. So what are you supposed to do? Right the wrong. Here it is a verb. Right can also function as a verb. To right means to set it right. So the word right is a verb. To set the wrong things right. That is the meaning. And there's one clue here, you see, it is an imperative sentence. Already we talked about the types of sentences, all the 4 types, remember? The third one was the imperative sentence. All imperative sentences start with a verb. Sometimes with the word please if it is a request. Otherwise, all imperative sentences begin with a verb. So here you have the clue. It is an imperative sentence. It is a verb. Right the wrong. Okay. Then number 9. Use right words. Yes, that's adjective right because words is noun and right talks about the noun. So this is an adjective. Right. Then the last one. Do we have the answer? Adverb. Yes, right. Good. He turned where? See, this is an answer to the question where. Moreover, it talks about the verb turned. Where did he turn? Right. He turned left. Left is an adverb. Right is an adverb in such sentences. Okay. Do we have time? And now you're free to ask questions related to this topic, parts of speech. Please feel free to ask more questions. Yes, we already had these questions. Some words acting as a conjunction and preposition. After, yes. This word after itself. See. Please. Stand after him. Here, this is a preposition. Then, as we already had a sentence, no? As a conjunction. After I study here I left for London. See, now you see a conjunction need not be always in the middle of a sentence connecting two sentences. They can also be placed in the beginning of a sentence. As we said already, you should look at the function of the word. What does it do here? The same function of connecting these two sentences. I studied here is one sentence, I left for London is another sentence. You can also rearrange the sentence like I left for London. If you begin the sentence like this, I left for London after I studied here. There you see the clear function of the conjunction after. But it is also okay if you begin a sentence with a conjunction. So here is an example of the same word functioning as a preposition and as a conjunction. Answer to where and how. Answer to where and how is the adverb. Yes. Also when. An adverb answers questions how, when and where. We had 3 examples. Remember? She came late. When did she come? The word late is an answer to the question when. Early, late, soon. These are answers to the question when. Then where, in, out, up, down, inside, outside. All these are adverbs of place. She ran down. In addition, moreover are conjunctions. Of course, they are conjunctions. Yes. Any other questions? Okay. And it's also a good exercise if you take a particular word like long. You see, long is an adjective. Now think of the noun form of this. It's length. Kind is an adjective. Noun. This is how we form nouns. Sometimes this, sometimes ness. Then this is verb, move. Then movement. So we add ment or ness or th. This wise is an adjective. Wisdom is the noun. So it is also this. Or cy. Decent is an adjective. Decency is the noun. No, a verb. Knowledge is the noun. So there are various ways of forming a noun. Nes, sometimes we add ness to an adjective, sometimes ment or th, dumb, then cy. Okay. And sometimes we also form adjectives from nouns. It's either way. Dirt. Dirt is a noun. And we form the word dirty, which is an adjective, from a noun. Then storm is a noun. Let me say stormy. It was a stormy night. Okay. Look for sentences where the same word is used as different parts of speech. We have another question. If we find conjunctions like and, but are the starting words, then we can, yes, they are conjunctions. Even though we find the word and the beginning of a sentence, it is a conjunction because it may be adding a point to something that is stated in the previous sentence. There it is okay to start the sentence with and. It is okay to, it is perfectly okay to start or begin a sentence with a conjunction and. Even if it is found at the beginning of the sentence, it is still a conjunction. Okay. I'll give you another example where we use the word iron as 3 different parts of speech. Most often we say iron is a noun. It's the name of a metal. This cage is made of iron bars. Now, what part of speech is iron? Adjective, because it talks about the bars, which is a noun. We iron our clothes, which means we press our clothes. Here it is the action, so it is a verb. This is made of same one, but you stop with iron, right? We don't have anything else after that. Then you see it is clearly a noun. It's made of iron. I hope it's clear, but it is not enough with this. I want you to go back, take a good grammar book, as I already keep saying. Look for more exercises, solve those exercises, evaluate yourself. See, after you attend a session or read a particular chapter in a book, how do you know that how well you have understood that? Only if you evaluate yourself. You write a test, take some exercise, do it, then you evaluate yourself, then you know where you stand. That is how we improve, right? No questions? Okay. So now I want you to become thorough with the parts of speech, because later on in the sessions to come, if I use these words like preposition, adverb, you should know what they mean. So you revise again and again what all we have already learned, so that the other classes become easier for you, right? So see you in the next session. The next session is going to be on adjectives. Adjectives is a beautiful topic. See, I tell you the use of adjectives. It makes a piece of writing more interesting, more effective. When you add more adjectives to a sentence, it becomes more powerful, more effective. So let us learn more about adjectives in the next session. Okay, meet you in the next session. Bye.